Today I want to show you a really sneaky technique to make your website load a lot faster. One of the components of a website is all these third-party scripts. Things like analytics tracking, Facebook retargeting, chat widgets, and all those kind of things. They add load time to a site. The hard part is you cannot control the scripts, you cannot edit them, modify them, improve them, so there's very little you can do, but this technique works wonders. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a product called Google Tag Manager. It allows you to control all of these scripts and choose when to fire them. I'm not going to show you how to install Tag Manager, there's a lot of training on that, but I'm going to show you the technique that allows us to delay these scripts so that people are not waiting. A lot of the functionality is not required for an immediate page load. It's only something you need later. So let me give you an example. If you have a look at this website in a new browser, I think the internet's playing up, but what are you not noticing immediately? You know, you're looking over here, you're looking over here. This little feature over here is an external script, and it takes load time. So there's no need for this to load in the first, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, because you're first looking at the site and then you're going to see this little bubble pop up over there. So let's have a look at Tag Manager and see what happens. In this case, there is a tag installed, and what you can do is you can enable it, and you can enable a trigger that happens with a 2-second delay. So that says, hey, load the site, but show people everything that needs to be loaded, but wait 2 or 5 seconds, however long you want, before you add this feature. And that depends on what it is. You know, we generally look between 2 and 5 seconds. One of the things, so here is a small improvement that could be done. Most website visitors spend like 1 minute to 2 minutes, or even I think the site has a 3-minute read time. I can't remember. And so this analytics script is loading right at the start on all pages immediately. Now, if you think about it, that doesn't need to happen. It could wait even just 2 seconds, because page speed is about the first 3 seconds. So this analytics tag does not need to start capturing people until they've been on the site for 3 seconds. Remember, a lot of bots are hitting sites, and so what that means is they might hit a site and spend less than a second and go, and that's a bounce rate. But in this case, I'm going to show you a way to delay this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new variable, a 2-second delay, and I'm going to select that. And that means that it's going to wait 2 seconds before it loads this. So let me show you how I created this timer. You can see here, GTM timer. You're going to use the timer. It's a 2-second delay. That's 2000 milliseconds. It must only fire once, and it's when the page URL matches the regex. Now let's create a new one there, just so that you can see it from the start. Let's do a 5-second delay. All pages, 5-second delay. Create a trigger. The interval is 5000. I'm just going to move this. Put them down here. No, we can leave it up there. We only want this to fire once, or this thing is going to fire repeatedly. The page URL matches the regex .star. It always fires. Save it. And it's now going to trigger. Obviously, we've got way too many triggers happening here, so this one should only trigger on a 5-second delay, just like that. And save. And this beamer really doesn't need to load within 2 seconds. That could also be 5 seconds. Let's add the 5-second delay instead. And with this, you can also remove things. So this beamer might not need to fire on a thanks page and delay a thanks page. So what you can do is you can add an exception in here at the bottom. Add an exception. I don't know if any page. Okay, so you can do a thanks page, and then obviously you can configure this page URL, some page views. Page URL contains Thanks. Okay, so we don't want it to fire on the thanks page. So it says on all pages the 5-second delay, but don't fire on the thanks page, which means that this page will load that much faster because this script does not need to load. We're going to publish it, and this is going to obviously increase the speed of this site because these little scripts are not going to run. They're going to wait for 5 seconds before they load, rather than the immediate loading that was happening here and the 2-second loading here. So that's a sneaky technique to get external scripts to load a bit faster.